Under the moon, EXO takes the stage. Wolves in the night, hearts in a rage. Suho's calm, she must smile bright. Lays move smooth, Bacon's voice like Chen's high. No sword, Chanyeol's how wild. Kai sharp steps, D.O.'s gaze wide. Toes kick strike, Luhan's charm flows. And strings, dreamy eyes, crystal and bold. Like twilight spark, but with their own flair. EXO's magic is beyond compare. In Wolf they shine, fierce and true. 12 wolves, one pack, breaking through.
Third person.
We are related, you know?
He sighed, shaking his head.
You know, it's actually pretty sad that your older cousin had to come down to your school just to put you in your place among your peers.
Shut up, Chanyeol.
She screamed, hitting her cousin with closed fists to the chest.
Dara, stop it.
Baekhyun sighed, pulling the girl away from her cousin by her shoulder. He wasn't expecting the hit to his chin after.
Keep your hands off me.
She yelled, earning some snickers from her group of friends.
That's it.
Soo yelled, attempting to run towards her, but getting held back by Chris and Kai.
What the do you think you're doing?
Chanyeol roared, rushing to Baekhyun's side. Dara froze at the shout, her body frozen in fear by the anger that flashed through Chanyeol's eyes.
Hi.
Baekhyun whimpered, tears threatening to fall from his eyes as it clutched his jaw in pain. Chanyeol held his jaw ever so gently, taking a glance at the damage. It wasn't broken, thankfully, but Baekhyun might get a slight bruise because of the impact.
He put his hands on me, that's what happened.
Dara yelled, turning to face everyone of the crowd.
I told him not to touch me, and he didn't let me go. He deserved what he got.
You need to back off.
Luhan glares this, her bubbling over. If it hadn't been for Sehun holding him back, Dara would be bleeding on the door by now.
Oh, I'm shaking.
She laughed, faking a shaking action, which just drove the bottoms overboard. Chanyeol's friends having a hard time trying to keep them back.
You'll be shaking when I'm through with you.
Chanyeol hissed his hands and still gently laying on Baekhyun's jaw, but his eyes screamed rage.
If I had a one in how much of a bitch you are, I would have told you off sooner.
I'm not scared of you, Chanyeol. You may be my cousin, but I know you. You won't hit a girl.
Some of the boys from the football team stepped forward clearly, gathering around Dara in a protective manner. Her smirk plastered on her face at the look of horror in Baekhyun's eyes.
Chanyeol, stop. It's okay, honestly. Come on, let's just...
And who exactly are you idiots?
Chanyeol wondered, glancing at the 3 or 4 jocks before him.
They're the guys who tried to have their way with me.
Baekhyun whispered, clutching Chanyeol's muscles on his arms tightly. Baekhyun was trying to calm him down, but little did he know Chanyeol was far from being saved from the black hole of rage his friends had released Baekhyun's at the meet mention of who the boys before him were. Chris snorted and took off his suit jacket, giving it to Tao to hold. They can turned and watched in confusion as Chanyeol rolled up his shirt sleeves.
Chanyeol,
Go stand by Luhan, baby get in, and Suho to check out your jaw, okay?
In slight confusion and daze, Baekhyun was dragged away silently by Minso.
Baby, Chanyeol, you can't be serious. You and that He is not a
A girl with glasses yelled from the crowd.
Yeah, he was in love with Jacob, but it was the means of a stupid bet between you and your popular bitches.
A guy yelled. Soon enough, there was a loud yelling coming from the crowd, and Baekhyun was surprised to see how many people had chosen his side. He grinned with tears trickling down his eyes, Suho encasing him in his arms as comfort.
Stay the hell away from Baekhyun.
Chanyeol warned his dominant voice, causing shivers to run the back of everyone in the room.
Not going to happen. He hurt our Dara. He deceives to be punished.
How he is punished shouldn't be your concern.
Chanyeol announced, stepping forward. Baekhyun's cheeks flared at the somewhat naughty joke encased in a threat Chanyeol had just given.
He walks around the school in tight jeans, man. Like she's practically begging for a good So why don't you do one and let everyone get back to the party?
Snatch. Baekhyun's breath hitched as Chanyeol's fist collided with the jock, sending him tumbling where he hit the ground hard. He looked up to see who else were doing to throw another accusation towards his baby, but all he got were shocked eyes and loud clapping. Dare stared at her cousin in utter disgust.
You're gay?
She screamed, pushing past the other two scared jocks who had witnessed firsthand what the stranger could do.
Yeah? What's wrong with being gay, Dora? It's the 21st century. Grow the up. Love isn't just between a guy and a girl, and you know that. Or was the time when you your best friend Jessica out of it not considered?
Loud gasps filled the air as students glanced between the two set girls. Dara's eyes widened as Jessica stood unfazed by the whole thing. Everyone knew she was bisexual. As for Dara, everyone thought she was dating Jacob.
How did you?
Next time you have a girl over, when you're staying with my sister, keep the down, because siblings talk.
He winked before leaving her standing frozen solid like a statue.
Oh, I wanted to hit one.
Chen pouted, rolling back down his sleeves. Chanyeol ignored him as he walked straight up to Baekhyun, who stood shaking slightly in Suho's hold.
Are you okay?
He whispered, holding onto his shoulders and looking deep in his eyes for an answer.
It hurts.
Baekhyun whispered, holding his jaw.
I know it goes, honey. We'll get you home and let you rest.
Chanyeol grinned, kissing his forehead, which he knew would relax the smaller.
Chanyeol,
Dara yelled, her voice breaking in the middle.
you can't just leave me like this. You're my family.
Just stop being your family when you raised your hand to my boyfriend. But don't worry, Dora. I'll call Auntie and let her know everything that happened tonight and make sure she picks you up ASAP.
Yeah, you're lucky that. We were held that, Dara.
Gluon hissed his eyes, and still narrow in slight anger. There was only slightly there, since Chanyeol had done a good job at destroying this girl's popularity in minutes.
We wouldn't have held back.
Dara watched as her cousin led the guy who made Jacob leave her out toward the doors to the hall. Her throne crumbling under her as her peers turned their noses up at her. She had heard Baekhyun so much for being gay, only for them to find out that she too had an interest in the same sex. She almost gasped when she saw the beauty. Before her, Baekhyun had come back and hugged her.
Baekhyun.
I know, and I just want you to know that I'm sorry about what happened with Jacob. And I always want to say no hard feelings. I know that he left you with your heart broken, but you need to understand that I had nothing to do with it. His family forced him to go away to learn about their business. I'm really sorry, Dara.
The girl wiped her tears and smiled slightly up at the boy before her.
No, I'm sorry for everything. You didn't deserve anything that we did to you. You're a really nice guy. Baekhyun, you just proved that by coming to me after I hit you in the way I did.
Baekhyun sighed, rubbing his jaw slightly.
It will heal eventually.
He giggled, turning to look over his shoulder at Chanyeol, who was watching them both closely.
My cousin seems really interested in you.
She whispered, clearly shocked that Chanyeol had found interest in someone after denying almost every offer Yursi.
He seems familiar in some dream sort of way.
Dara released a small giggle before nodding.
I can understand that. You two look amazing together, by the way.
Thank you, Dara.
Baekhyun grinned, a blush dancing across his cheeks.
I just hope that we'll be able to make something between us.
Baekhyun, since there is a possibility of us being family, would you consider accepting my apology?
It's already forgotten, Dara. I'll admit I hated you for what you did to me, but life is too short to hold on to pure hate or dislike towards someone. You hurt me, but you've been hurt a lot in life too, and I understand that, so I can't hate you. Besides, like you said, we might be family one day.
The mere thought of being married to Chanyeol one day, Baekhyun's heart beat faster.
I'd like that.
Dara nodded, sniffling with a grin.
I'm really sorry about everything. Baekhyun, really, if you ever need anything, don't be afraid to come to me. I'll try to help. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
He smiled, sadly, wiping the girl's cheeks, free of tears.
I know you're sorry. I understand why you did the things. You did, Dara. So that's why I went against Chanyeol's wishes and we came back to talk to you.
I know I've been a right back, and I really do need to apologize, especially to Chanyeol.
Baekhyun nodded.
But that can't be the night you've seen his reaction when you hit me. He needs to cool down. I'll make sure he calls you soon. Okay.
Why are you being so caring after everything I put you through?
Because I'm not like you, Dara. I don't care anymore. This is the last time I'll see everyone here. I'll never see anyone again. So why hold grudges to people I might not see again?
Thank you, Baekhyun.
Go and make sure your friend is okay. Chanyeol did not hit him pretty hard.
I will. Thank you again.
With that, Baekhyun turned and walked towards the giant who was waiting for him by the door. His arms crossed over his chest, while his back leaned up against the wall.
And you told her what exactly?
Chanyeol wondered, allowing Baekhyun to wrap his arms around his waist and hug him tight.
I forgave her for everything she did. She's variable right now, so she was apologizing, but I'm not sure how long that will last for. But now I have nothing holding me here anymore. She's off my mind and won't hurt me again.
You know, she won't.
Chanyeol grinned, leaning forward and pressing a kiss against Baekhyun's forehead. Got the fourth time today.
Not if I have anything to do with it. From now on,
Come on, they're waiting for us.
Baekhyun and Gito pushing himself away and taking your toller's hand, pulling him through the school and towards the main door. They found their car and jumped in to be greeted by a few snowing faces.
Breaking through.
The disclaimer, this story is a work of fiction. The real EXO members are private individuals, and their personal lives remain undisclosed